Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Marcus Chakos, chiropractor, wellness specialist, and author of the life-changing book The Arthritis Solution, and founder of the Natural Treatment of Arthritis Institute. I'm going to provide here an overview of the book The Arthritis Solution, a sneak peek if you will, that'll act as a detailed explanation of what we will cover in the book The Arthritis Solution to find out whether the book is for you, as well as detailing a blueprint of what we'll be covering in the do-it-yourself Arthritis Solution Proven Healthcare program, which is based on the book The Arthritis Solution. And both in this webinar here and the book itself and the training program will detail the proven strategies to prevent, manage and reduce the pain of arthritis naturally. Now the first thing, the book covers a great deal. Obviously it's a nearly a 200-page book. It covers an extraordinary amount of information, and what I want you to do is, when you understand the book, what you'll get as you go through the book, and as you're thinking through this process and you're exploring this together, I want you to understand also what we'll be covering in extraordinary depth in the do-it-yourself training program, because the book in itself is a profound and invaluable tool to help you to understand arthritis, what can be done, and the different treatment approaches that can be used. What we do in the do-it-yourself program is we hold your hand through the implementation of all of the strategies, because I have found that many people, as they read this book, say, wow, this is pivotal, this is life-changing, and has helped me to understand arthritis, what can be done for arthritis, and the solutions available. Some people are still looking for more. They're saying, look, this has been useful and helpful and powerful for me, but what do I do next? And that's what the training program provides. So as we go through this material, understand that what I'm covering here is the content that the book explores, and to help you to understand if that information is for you, and I truly believe that it is. In addition to that, when you consider, well, if this is what the book is covering, know that we're going to take that in depth in the training program. So I hope that makes sense and brings a deeper understanding of what this material is. So let's begin with part one. There's a need for new information on arthritis. This is a really pivotal point, both of the book and, in fact, of where you are on your journey with arthritis. And I say this because many people have the inevitable position, based on how they've seen health in regards to arthritis and the condition in today's lifestyle, is arthritis is something that once you have it, that's it. You have to live with it for the rest of your life. You go to your doctor, you get a diagnosis, and maybe you don't take your anti-inflammatory or pain-killing medication, and you push through the pain, but there's nothing else that can be done. Or you're stuck taking pain-killing medication for the rest of your life. Well, it simply doesn't have to be that way. And in part one of this book, we're going to discuss that there is a new need for information on arthritis, because arthritis can be healed. There can be the alleviation, swelling, inflammation and pain of arthritis. There is the capacity to increase your flexibility, your function, your mobility, and regain your health and well-being and your independence and freedom. And it's important that in this part of the program we begin to realize that there are things that can be done, and we're going to show you what it is that can be done and why this new information hasn't necessarily been available to people, but how it's becoming more readily available, and therefore that things can in fact be done. And we also discuss in the book, and I want to really share this with you now, why I'm sharing this information with you, why I wrote this book. And it starts with the pain that drove me, and I do discuss this obviously in more detail in the book itself, but I just want to share a story with you now that I think is pivotal. When I graduated as a chiropractor, I believed that I could help everybody, and I know now that that was a naive thought, and I know now that there was a lot of innocence about that belief. However, I did graduate totally committed to helping my clients, helping the community with their health and quality of life, and I wanted to do all I could to serve them, to transform their health and quality of life, and it doesn't work that way. And I was frustrated and somewhat disillusioned, and the chiropractor that I was working with at the time didn't have all the answers so that I could help all the people all of the time. And so I was looking for answers all of the time. And when my father, as the degeneration of his body and the work that he'd done throughout his life continued to ravage him, and I saw him decline to the point where he couldn't even play with his grandchildren. He couldn't get out of the house to come and watch my children, his grandchildren, play soccer. It was a deep wound, a deep pain, and it was that pain that drove me. I wanted to do all that I could to help not just my father, but these people who were suffering needlessly, and I knew that there had to be a solution. And that pain drove me to search for this solution, the arthritis solution. And I spent 16 years, specifically 11 of those years, not just on health, but in terms of arthritis, 16, 17 years as a practitioner, working out how can I help people with their health all of the time, do tremendous, powerful health and life-changing work with clients to transform their health and quality of life. And 11 years of that, as of 2013, was dedicated to arthritis. And that was the pain that drove me. Now, unfortunately, my father passed away before that solution, before my study had been complete, before the program that is, totally transforming people's health and quality of life was available. And that is why I'm here now with you, because I've done this. I did this for my father. The book has a dedication to him. I did this for my clients, and now it's available for you. And I know that what I can do can transform your health and quality of life by working with you, by giving you the tools, the skills, and the knowledge from that pain that initially drove me. That is why I wrote the book. That is why I formed the Natural Treatment of Arthritis Institute. And that is why I've created this program. Because I know that you don't have to live with pain. And truly a journey of 1,000 miles or 1,000 steps or 1,000 kilometers, doesn't matter what, begins with that first step. And my first step was saying, well, if a cut can heal, if a bruise can heal, if a strained muscle can heal, a cold or a flu can heal, if a fracture in a bone can heal, why not arthritis? Why can't we recapture our health and our quality of life? Why can't we become more independent and mobile and free? And I began with the premise that if the body can heal, we need to explore what is interfering with the process of the healing that takes place in the body. And it became a turning point for me when I worked with a client that brought me to that realization. And it was pivotal. I'll be completely honest with you. As I share this story, I learned as much from this consultation with this client and the time that I spent with him after this consultation about health and about health care and about the treatment of arthritis as at any point in my life. And it was a turning point for me. The turning point wanting to help people, wanting to serve people, working with an understanding that there were solutions and there were things that I simply didn't know. And then when this client said, after I shared with him that, a cut can heal, a bruise can heal, why not arthritis? And he shared with me the fact that, he had had a broken bone and that broken bone had healed. He'd had a major accident and he'd shattered his pelvis and broken his leg. And he said he'd been in an inversion sling in a hospital for 6 weeks, immobilized. After that immobilization, he had to learn how to walk again with an occupational therapist. He had to learn how to deal with his pain from a physiotherapist. He went to a personal trainer, worked every day, sometimes hours every day over a 12-month period of time to recapture his health after that accident. And at the end of our conversation, he said something that was, as I said, the turning point. He said, so if I spend that amount of time that I did with my fracture, my pelvis and my leg on my arthritis, then my arthritis can heal too. And when he put it in that context, and when he asked me that question, the revelation, the epiphany was so profound that I knew at that point in time that miracles could take place with healing if we only spent and invested that time in the right way to achieve that point. And that has led me to this point today of working with you to help you to understand what can be done, why it can be done, and the pathway for healing for you and your arthritis to recapture your life. And that's what the arthritis myth is. The arthritis myth is that you cannot do anything. Once you have arthritis, that's a diagnosis that is permanent, that you must live with for the rest of your life. It is a myth. It is simply not the case. There are things that can be done. And that establishes for us a new health paradigm, a new way of seeing health, a new way of looking at arthritis, at the health conditions associated with arthritis. That there is a healing element within our body, an innate intelligence, a wisdom within our body that, when given the opportunity to express itself fully and completely, can enable the body to reduce the inflammation, to minimize the pain, to increase the mobility, function, and ability for the body to heal, regenerate, and repair. This new paradigm, the wellness paradigm, says yes, we understand you are in pain, that there is a damage to your tissue, and that tissue is interfering and impacting with your health and quality of life. And we'll look at those symptoms and address those symptoms. But the wellness paradigm says beyond that, there is a cause to the arthritis, there's a cause to your pain, and there is a way forward to healing. And let us take you on that journey. And so what gets in the way of healing? And the truth is there are many things, but let's start with lifestyle. What gets in the way of our ability to heal and reduce the pain and suffering of arthritis is we continue to make choices that undermine our health, that interfere with the innate intelligence ability to heal the body. We continue to move in ways that don't serve the body. Prolonged poor postures, lifting, bending and carrying heavy items in ways that are inappropriate for a damaged tissue. We eat foods that are pro-inflammatory, pro-arthritic, toxic and damaging to our body. We live in a stressful lifestyle that produces cortisol, a stress hormone that is pro-acidic and pro-inflammatory again, and therefore pro-degenerative. We don't take care of ourselves in the way to enable healing to take place. We don't take time out for rest and relaxation. We don't eat healthy, nutritious foods, supplementing in a ways that helps the body to regenerate and repair. We're not stretching, strengthening and conditioning our body to give it the power to sustain the healing process. We're unaware of the immune system and how it is governed and controlled. We're unaware of how the innate intelligence, this inborn wisdom of your body, which is governed and expressed through the nervous system, is being interfered with through mechanical distortions within the spine. And because these things get in the way of healing and we have never learned what to do to remove that interference, we are not healing in the way that we can, or in fact should. And when we show you the pathway to healing, truly miracles take place. So what is arthritis? I mean, we cover this in the book in detail. In fact, this is what the book initially is about, but I'm not going to explore it in depth here because that's what the book, and we even discuss this within the free training programs on the Natural Treatment of Arthritis Institute website. So arthritis, very simply, is a joint inflammatory process involving one or more joints throughout the spine that results in pain, inflammation, soreness, restricted range of motion and dysfunction, and includes over 100 different conditions and limits your health, your quality of life, and is robbing you of the independence, the freedom and the involvement in life that you can truly have. So we talk about what arthritis is and the different forms of arthritis in significant detail. Osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, gout. There are many forms, and we talk about the primary ones of these and also give you opportunity to explore what other options are available in respect to the different types of arthritis. That's a huge section, part 2, but part 3 is also a very large section as well. We cover here the conventional approach versus the natural approach to arthritis, and this is a really important distinction because we've spoken about there is the arthritis myth, and that has been perpetuated by conventional medicine. And we said there needs to be a new paradigm in respect to arthritis and healthcare, and that is the natural approach. And that is because it honours and abides by the wellness philosophy. So we talk about this in massive detail, all the different approaches. Conventional, we understand that there's a time and a place for it. The drugs, the medication, the surgery, we know that those elements are there. And we talk about those so that you can understand their place, their timing, their appropriateness. And most importantly, when they're not going to work and when they're not going to serve you. Yes, you can live with the pain, and that's what conventional medicine says, but take the anti-inflammatories to do it. But we say that there is a natural way. We say that there is another alternative. Elements such as chiropractic, food and the link between arthritis, diet and nutrition, different specific herbs, homeopathics, and remedies for arthritis that enable the pain and inflammation to be remedied significantly. We talk about acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. We give you the relaxation techniques that we spoke about as lifestyle choices, including yoga and meditation and other forms that have been proven scientifically to be able to generate these results for you. Now, there is chapters on each of these elements, and the chapters also discuss the proven nature of these approaches, not just the, oh, this might help or this could be a good idea. We talk about the scientific, proven implementation of strategies of natural therapies to alleviate, reduce the pain and improve the function of arthritis. And within the do-it-yourself Arthritis Solution Proven Healthcare Program, we actually give you and train you personally, individually, through each of these elements so that you can implement and apply this in your own lives, or learn how to seek out practitioners that can serve you in this process. So we go beyond the book, and I believe, please believe me, the book in itself is a powerful tool and you'll gain tremendously from it. And that's why we're detailing what the book is covering. We're covering all of these elements for you. However, we go one step further in the training program, and you do also get the book for free in the training program as well. So I encourage you to choose which option is best for you. And remember, all of my programs, the do it yourself Arthritis Solution Proven Healthcare Program, comes with a money back guarantee, because if I don't get you results, I don't want you to pay. I want you to have your health and your quality of life transformed. And I'm so committed to that process, and so believe in the work that I can do and the work that we can do together and the results you can achieve, that I guarantee that if you're not satisfied, I want you to come back and say, this hasn't worked for me. And I'll find another solution for you, but I'll also give you your money back. Now, I can't and I won't guarantee that I can reverse arthritis. I can't and I won't guarantee that you will live pain-free for the rest of your life, but I can guarantee that you will see changes and results, and your life and your health and your quality of life will improve as a result of the implementation of these systems. And that's what my guarantee offers to you. So we will look at the lifestyle change in the programs, and the book covers your understanding of those elements. Part 4 then goes into the process of the 7 principles of the lifestyle transformational paradigm. And this is a really important distinction that is the foundation of the work that I do with clients. We talk about optimization of your nervous system, because it's what governs and controls the process of healing and integrity of the systems of your body. We talk about the optimization of your physical body, the physical performance and health of your body. We talk about the optimization of your physiological and biochemical parameters, such as your diet and your nutrition, how your blood is working, how your hormones are working, the inflammatory processes. We go through this entire journey with you so you can understand it, claim your power, and create healing in your own life. We talk about the balancing of your emotional, mental state, the restoration of the energetic balance of your body. We look at the genetic elements, and then we also look at getting clarity about your meaning, your purpose, and an understanding of who you are. And when you do this, this process goes through a journey from destabilization and disorientation to restabilization and reorientation, creating confidence, certainty, and a process for transformation in your health, in your quality of life. And it is a profound, life-changing journey, and we take you through this within the book in summary and the program in detail. So as you can see, the book covers an extraordinary amount, and equally the program covers a blueprint for what it is to do to implement that process in your life, and that is why I'm so confident with the program. So for more information, obviously, you're welcome to email us at info@naturaltreatmentofarthritisinstitute.com.au, and the link for that is on the contact bar on the website. Or simply visit the website and peruse the material there at the naturaltreatmentofarthritisinstitute.com.au, and the details are there on the screen for you. But what I want you to do is review the videos, put your name in the box, and you must. I'd assume that you've got that by the virtue of the fact you've received this email, but certainly I know that your life can change with the work that we're providing. I believe not only in what I do, but the ability of what I do and this information and the way that we work with people to change and transform your health and quality of life. If you are looking for a solution, you don't need to look any further, because we offer that solution here. And what's most important, as I said, is it's guaranteed. If we cannot help you, if we cannot enhance and improve your quality of life, there is nothing to risk and everything to gain. I truly look forward to seeing you in one of our programs, working with you, transforming your health and your quality of life. I thank you for your time, and I'm certainly grateful to be able to share this information with you. If you know anyone who could benefit from the work that we do, please send them an email, give them the link to our website, and let's change the world and alleviate the pain and suffering of arthritis, one person at a time. I look forward to meeting you then. This is Dr. Marcus Chakos for the Natural Treatment of Arthritis Institute. I wish you well.